Well, we're here today visiting Rita and Nancy, and we're going to talk about their mentoring experiences. Nancy, how many communities have you mentored?
I've mentored three communities, two in Sugarland and one in Lake Jackson.
Okay. And what about you, Rita?
I've also mentored three, but they're all here in the Sugarland area.
Okay. And you guys have been a duo on those mentoring
No,
adventures a couple of times.
couple,
Two times,
two
yes.
times, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
One time, each on with another person or another
hmm
person.
In your opinion, do you think it's important to have a teammate or a group of people mentoring as the mentors in a new community, starting off a new community?
I think it's very important. It would be hard for one person to do this alone,
Yeah.
even time wise or checking the calendar to make sure you have the right dates available, but just to feed off of each other. It's always good to have two people, two opinions.
What do you think, Rita?
Well, even after the community has been mentored, we usually stayed with the community for another year or so. And if you have three people, then all three don't have to attend all the meetings because they can't anyway. So that way, at least one or two of you can attend all of their meetings, which is good.
Right. And so collaboration too, it probably
Yes,
helps a lot with,
yes.
deciding how to go about doing things, I would
Well,
guess.
we always had the three of us, usually three have mentored the ones I've been in, and we would meet before and we would have our own planning sessions to bring to the communities that we were mentoring.
hmm
Great. Yeah, that's great.
And plus, it was like a little community, the three of us.
Wow. Yeah.
Bonding, yes.
Yeah. So it's really similar to when you meet with your regular group, you have that extra bonding experience.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
always love that when I'm in leadership. You almost
I
feel
do
like you're
too.
left out. If you're not in leadership in that capacity, you feel a little bit left out.
You really do, yes.
hmm
So when you were mentoring the communities that you mentored, what was the primary resource? Where did you get your ideas or materials from to do the mentoring?
That's an interesting question because when we mentored Reflections all those years ago, there was nothing on, well, I'm not sure we had the website
Hmm.
that had, programs that you could pull up. And so there was nothing like that. And I don't know, Rita's probably the same way. I think what we went by was what we liked about Teresians and what we wanted to bring to other people because was it's such a wonderful thing for us. It's really part of our spiritual journey, and we wanted to find ways to bring this to other women. I think women are hungry for what we have,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
we were it's just kind of actually it's kind of inspired. Don't you agree,
hmm
Rita?
Oh, yeah. And I think a lot of the ideas that were just from our experience with our own community
Hmm.
because we were the first community in Fort Bend County and we started back in 1985.
Wow.
And then also both Nancy and I at different times were on the national board,
Hmm.
which gave us the big picture,
Right.
especially um, like the financial background of to be able to explain to people what the covenant dues were about and what what all the financial side of the
Right.
picture we knew because we had served on the national board, and then we could also tell them about international Teresians and things that most local people don't
Well, yeah,
experience.
they don't see the big
They
picture.
Right.
can't see the big
Sometimes
picture.
you're in your community and you just see your community.
Yeah.
You don't see the district, you don't see the national level, and you
Right.
don't see the
In
international
fact,
level.
many Teresians have either left or have actually the communities have actually folded because they don't want to see the national picture. They like
Oh,
their own little prayer group, and
yeah.
that's not what we are.
No,
hmm
yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. You're right. That it's really important. Um, but well, all I know is when you mentored our community, was Spiritual Springs the last community you mentored, or did you do one after us?
Mm, I
No, I
can't.
did not do one
I can't
after
remember.
that.
I
No,
had it written down of
no,
the.
that was the last one
Okay, because I
because
had another one in between
Stillwater. I'm
the
not sure
Stillwaters, yeah,
when
with
that was.
Rebecca and
It
whoever.
was, it went off. I mean, it was perfect.
Well,
Y'all did a great job.
well, actually, it was fun. I mean, the people that we met. That I guess did we came to your house the first time? But
At some point you did, but a
yeah,
lot of times we were coming to your houses at
well,
that
that's true at
first year.
first.
Yeah,
That
at
yeah,
first we
yeah,
went to Rita's house, we went
yeah.
to your house, and we went to Sandy's house.
That's true. Yeah,
That's right.
and
Yeah, I'd
but
forgotten that.
the enthusiasm, that this new community, as you were forming, the enthusiasm and the spirituality that was, I mean, we would feed off of that ourselves.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is. It does feed off. You feed off each other, and it just
Yeah,
is
it
even more
happens. And
rewarding
of
that
course,
way.
at that time when we mentored Spiritual Springs, there were things on the
On
website that,
SharePoints.
and we, looked at them, and we maybe did a few, but some of them were kind of wonky. I mean, we
Yeah.
just kind of, we did our own thing a lot.
Yeah, it's the SharePoints is always good to fall back on, but if you
Correctly.
can come up with your own ideas, you have a lot of ownership in that, I would imagine.
I agree with that,
Yeah,
completely. It's good to have that resource,
right.
and if you're feeling lost or it just encourages you to do things, but you kind of take those ideas and use your own ideas with it.
Yeah,
Well, and then every community is different, and the likes and dislikes and the things that would fit with one community might not fit with another
that's
That's true.
true.
community.
That's true.
So you have
Everybody.
to kind of tailor your programs to the what that community wants and needs.
Right. You have to kind of see or call an audible if it's not, if something's not working.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
gotta
If
change the
everybody's just
plan.
kind of sitting there, you just kind of,
So
oops, on to the next. Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with it, mentoring or teaching any group of people. You have
Yeah.
to be able to be flexible.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good.
So, what was your most valuable takeaway from the mentoring experience?
My most valuable takeaway was the enthusiasm of the women that wanted this experience. It was just so heartening to see that people were interested in being spiritual and sharing the spirituality. As I was growing up, you never talked about your spirituality. I mean, this was private. You went to church, you did your thing, but to be with these people who shared their
Right.
story and their spirituality was beautiful.
Okay. What do you wish? Was there anything when you were mentoring, maybe your first group or subsequent groups, that you wish you had known before you started mentoring?
I wish I had known how to be a better speaker and how to get my ideas across without just, you know, blurting things or fumbling. Or, in fact, uh, how many years ago, in 2000, I think, we had a conference here in Houston. It was Fort Bend who put it on, and I happened to be the uh, organizer. And I was so nervous I had never spoken in front of a microphone, and I was just shaking. And I went to what is that club that teaches you how to
Oh,
give speeches? It's mostly for men.
Toastmaster.
Toastmasters.
Yes.
Yeah,
Toastmaster.
I was there, the only woman there ever in a small group, but at least to learn how to speak in front of a microphone and not, faint when I got up to talk to
I
everybody.
think a lot of people have struggles with that.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't seem to matter if I said it beautifully, or it was just, it's God inspired.
Mhm.
I do this before I visit a patient, or when I used to, uh, and especially with hospice patients, I would just say, God, please give me the words that I need. And so I think that's a lot to do with speaking to people, asking God for the words to tell them.
That's perfect. Yeah,
Mm.
asking the Holy Spirit to
Absolutely.
guide
Mhm.
you in this venture, whatever it comes out of your mouth.
That's so
Mm.
true.
How about you, Rita? Did you
I
have
can't
anything?
think of, I can't, Nancy expressed it so beautifully. I can't think of
Oh,
anything
yeah.
that to add to that, that I think I've always kind of had that, Lord, I'm not worthy thing in the back of my head, you know,
Yeah,
about I don't think I can do this, but I
but you,
think we got a lot of affirmation
So
from,
much
we got so
affirmation.
many
That's what,
affirmations from the people we were mentoring, which was good for us,
yeah,
you know, for our, not so much for our ego, but just made us feel
made us
more
feel,
confident that we
yeah,
could do it. I think after we did it the first time, then at the second time
yeah.
was easier, and the
yeah,
third time was
And then you
easier.
felt like, yes,
Yeah.
well, I can do this.
yeah,
And well, Gwen Sheridan, who was, she's been dead many years, but she was one of our mentors.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one that I first learned about Sugarland Teresians from. And she would say, uh, show up and God will do the rest. And I thought, that sounds good.
that is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Well, thank you guys both so much. This was
Oh, well,
wonderful.
thank you. Just so
Thank
good to
you.
visit with you.
It is.